Hey guys, Spooky here. Wanted to give you a little update about what's going on with my channel, or more realistically, what hasn't been going on with my channel. I know it's been a while since I updated, and I am going to try and get better about that. So essentially, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, I have not had access to a computer in quite a while, really since I started my channel. So I have not been able to do any editing, and I've made videos and they were okay, but they would have been much better if I had had the ability to edit out all the little ums and ahs and stops and starts that I kept doing, just like I just did just now. And so I did the best I could without the editing, and I decided that I was just going to take a break for a while until I could get my hands on a computer and do some editing. And it has taken even longer than I expected. And so, because of that, I've decided I'm going to stop making excuses and I'm just going to plow forward with making videos without editing. And hopefully, I get a little more comfortable being on camera, so I'm not doing as many stops and starts. I would have to say, though, I did feel like I was improving. I did feel like I was becoming more comfortable in front of the camera. I was getting better at looking at the camera instead of looking over here where my monitor is, where I can see my face. It's very tempting to look at that. It's much harder to look at the camera, which honestly, if you watch the videos back, when I'm looking at the camera, it looks like I'm looking at you, the viewer. But when I'm looking at the monitor, it looks like I'm just looking off to the side somewhere. So it feels less personal that way. It's just something I need to get used to. But on top of that, when I want to talk about when I made the Shemp video, because that was what made this all feasible for me. Making these videos, a lot of them I took quite a while to work on, quite a while to research. The Shemp video, on the other hand, I did in about 4 hours. I came up with a topic, and as soon as I came up with it, I started researching. Thankfully, I was able to find a lot of good resources fairly quickly. And in my research, I even took the time to watch one of the Shemp shorts, which was fun. So I did all the research. I came up with what I wanted to say. I didn't really write a script per se, though I did go over it a couple of times, speaking out loud, not on camera. And then I wrote up an outline that I put on my marker board, which is behind the camera right now, so you can't see it. But if you watch my studio tour video, you'll see the marker board I'm talking about. Put my outline on there, and I was able to just follow the outline, boom, 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 boom. Glance over at it, see what I wanted to say next, keep going. And then film it. And again, it took between 3 and 4 hours. And that made me think, this is really something viable. I can start putting out content on a regular basis because it's that simple. And then I didn't. Yeah. Now, if I had a computer that I could have edited on, it probably would have taken about another hour to do the editing. Tops. It's a short video. It probably wouldn't have taken that long. But hypothetically, I'm going to say roughly an hour. That's still only like 5 hours. That means feasibly, if I really wanted to, I could put out more than one a day. Not every day, but on my days off. I could make a couple of videos on my day off and then upload them separately instead of at the same time. And that way I could sort of have a more regular update schedule. But again, that's not what happened. I decided that I was going to take a break until I could get a computer, and taking a computer has taken way too long. And I was really like, yeah, well, no one cares. I have 4 subscribers. I'm not really letting anybody down here. But the other night, I just absolutely could not sleep. I don't know why, I just couldn't sleep. And so I pulled out my phone and I went on Reddit. And as I'm going through Reddit, looking at different things, I saw a video that somebody posted about something called the toolbox fallacy, which was something I completely had no idea what that meant. And I was curious, what's the toolbox fallacy? What does that mean? And so I watched the video, and they were talking all about how you decide to do something, you want to do something, but you put barriers between yourself and doing that thing. Well, I'll do it as soon as I have this, or as soon as I do that, or as soon as I have this time. You tell yourself, okay, I'm going to start making YouTube videos. Well, before I can do that, I need a camera, and I need a laptop, and I need a program that I can use to edit, and I need to take a class on editing. None of those are bad things, but you just keep adding things. And, you can just as easily get started and then add those things over time, and that's fine. But when you keep setting these benchmarks that you need before you can start and not starting, you end up never starting. And I'm going to see if I can find that video and put a link below, because it's an excellent video. I didn't really save it or anything because, again, I was dead tired, but I will see if I can find that and see if I can add that later. And so it made me realize that I wasn't doing what I wanted to do because I was setting these things between me and my goal. And so I'm still going to try and get a laptop that I can do editing on, but I'm still going to make crappy unedited videos until I get that. Hopefully I'll be able to get into a more regular update schedule. When I looked back at my history, I was averaging something like a video a month, which is actually more consistent than I had expected. I thought it was a little more scattershot than that, but it was actually pretty much a video a month. And I'm going to try and make it more often. Hopefully something more like every 2 weeks, and then maybe every week. And then it would be really nice if I could do a video twice a week. But that, right now at least, is not going to happen anytime soon. But I can build up to that. I've got some new stuff I'm looking into, some new things I'm working on. I have a lot of interesting ideas for what I want to do. I am planning on doing a video on the Spanish flu outbreak of 1918. And I am also thinking about doing a series of videos on the origins of Gothic horror, my favorite literary genre. I've got some ideas for somewhere down the road when I have more money, really. And I can actually do like costumes and sets and all that. For some kind of funny skits and or short films, really. I don't know. The more I think about doing this stuff, the more things I want to do, and that's great for me in terms of getting to have fun with what I'm doing with video. But it's not the best for growing my channel. I think having a consistent theme is expected, and that gets you a consistent audience. There are some people who don't have a consistent theme who somehow manage to pull it off, but for the most part, the channels that do well are the ones that have a consistent theme, be that, this is the topic I'm going to talk about type channels, factual content channels. Some of my favorites are Today I Found Out About with Simon Whistler and Fact Fiend with Carl Smallwood. Yes, they do different topics every day, but their shtick is this is, this is a topic and I'm just going to present it. It's just factual information. I also like game theory and film theory, and those are pretty consistently about theories about the worlds created in video games and movies. I actually have an idea for a video on a theory that I have about an anime series that I would like to do, but that was one I really do need to be able to edit because I need to show clips of things for that, and I just don't have that capability right now. So that's a down the road thing. But yeah, so I understand that this may be limiting my success, but ultimately being flexible, trying new things, experimenting, having some fun will allow me to learn more, at which point if I come up with something I really want to do as a continuous thing, I'll be able to. I'll have the knowledge and the skill set. So, working on that. I've also got some other things that I am working on. Some better lighting solutions. I really shouldn't have turned that on while I'm filming, but this little light of mine, I've seen a couple of videos where YouTubers have talked about this, and they're actually pretty great little lights that you can put up and direct light a little more, and you can change the tone of it as well as the intensity. Very simply one button push operation. Very cool. I'm just not sure exactly where I want to put them. I've got a couple of them. Right now I'm using a desk lamp for most of my light here. Not something that I generally do for my videos, nor is it something I want to do regularly for my videos, but just because I'm sitting at my desk and talking to you more directly, not really using my backgrounds or anything. This is my normal key light right here behind me, not on. But yeah, I also have the overhead light on. That's always on. That overhead light is surprisingly good for the videos when I'm standing up in front of the backgrounds. I use that as like the hair light, and then this here as my key light. And usually I just have the two. I know 3-point lighting is what everybody recommends. It's what they teach you in film schools and photography classes and all that stuff. But yeah, basically I haven't had the ability to. To be perfectly honest, I only had that light that I bought and the light that's built into my ceiling. And, I have like desk lamps, but they really aren't good for that. I also have, when I was on my trip where I did the Winston Churchill statue video and Nelson Mandela statue video, when I was on that trip to DC, I bought this little bag. It's technically a lunchbox. That's what it's made for. I love this thing. I used it for all my filming equipment. I meant to do a lot more filming while I was down there, but again, I was making excuses and not doing it. But I love this little bag, and I want to do some customizing on it. I'm thinking about doing a video about that, sort of a DIY thing. And that could be interesting. But yeah, I mean, that's sort of the state of the channel as it stands right now. Also, I was looking into doing some streaming for something coming up, an event. I thought it would be cool to do a live stream. And it turns out I can't do that through the YouTube app right now because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I have 4. So, so because of that, I can't stream. YouTube won't let me stream through the app through a phone. They have a 1,000 subscriber minimum for that feature. But streaming is possible if I were to have a computer hooked up to a camera, do things I don't have. So it's really limiting to those of us who are just getting started out and are stuck to using our phones, but looks like I won't be doing any live streaming until I can get my computer situation resolved. I have looked, at people selling their computers for really cheap, but it always strikes me as being really sketchy when I see somebody on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something selling a laptop that's decent, recent enough to work for my purposes for, a price that I can afford. I've seen some for like $75. And it's like, that's what I can afford, but why is it so cheap? I always wonder, like, is it stolen? Somebody use it to do something illegal? Am I going to get in trouble for buying this laptop secondhand? It always strikes me as being really sketchy, and I'm get a little trepidation about that. But yeah, I just, after watching that video, I realized that I needed to be filming, and I didn't have anything ready today, but I just wanted to do something today. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully there will be more content soon. Yeah. So, got a lot of plans, got a lot of ideas. Just got to make them happen. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a nice night. Bye.